So, Nintendo Direct talk, because, I've been negative about them, but I will say, the reason why I'm doing this, because I haven't normally, is because they had a lot of stuff, which is refreshing for a Nintendo thing, and also, apparently, God knows how many other YouTubers did live reactions. So, I'm giving my take on it. Hopefully people watch it and something happens or whatever. So, there'll be bits here and there from the US. The one I'm mainly focusing on is the UK one. Oh, sorry, the European one. But there was a few adjustments for US in terms of release dates and whatever. A few things that were only on the US one, and also some stuff on the Japanese one, which is worth talking about, including, I don't know whether it's a joke, but something that could be very, very weird. Anyway, so, starting off, they've really done a resounding effort to show off the 3DS. Probably for the last time. Depending how much they want to push it, I'm not sure. Then again, with some of the games that are coming out, that are still coming out later this year, I'm guessing we're not fully done with it. Hey Pikmin got shown, the 2D platformer, which actually, for a change of style, actually looks pretty good. That's coming July 28th, along with its own special Pikmin and Olimar amiibo, which is a nice little touch. Ever Oasis, which looks to be an RPG style thing, coming June 23rd. Monster Hunter Stories coming in the fall, the autumn, which certainly from the style looked very interesting. It's sort of like, I guess it's trying to connect more to young players to try and get them into the Monster Hunter series, because it's basically just you ride on the creatures and whatever and then battle with other creatures. So you're not really hunting anything. You're sort of on top of the dragon hunting things as well. So certainly the cartoon, but certainly the animation, the character design is way more different than the Monster Hunter series as a whole. It's more of a kid-friendly sort of style of design, certainly. Yokai Watch 2 is getting some sort of free DLC like coin stuff until June the 2nd. Concept Revolt, which already been announced. Some like card game coming in September or late August for America. The big thing about that, at least in terms of European people, it's the first time that the Concept series is ever coming out here. I think it's had releases in America, as well as obviously Japan, but it's never, I believe, come across to Europe, so nice that we're actually getting remembered for stuff. I'll bring that up in a bit. RPG Maker FES, or FES, I'm not sure, coming June, I think 22nd for America and 23rd for here. The nice thing is, there's like RPG Maker Player or something, which is a free thing, and the idea is whatever games you make in the full RPG Maker FES, you can upload sort of the thing, and then people can download it and play it for free. So, you can make an RPG game that you can play with your friends for 3DS and on 3DS, which is very nice. Miitopia, the sequel, I guess, Tomodachi Life of sorts. That's finally getting a Western release some point this year. They didn't ever said when, but it got waves and a lot of attention in Japan, so hopefully it does well here. Fire Emblem's Echoes Shadows of Valentina will be getting a DLC package, some free, some paid, and it will be part of a season pass if you want to get it. Kirby's 25th anniversary, we've got Team Kirby Clash Deluxe, which is the mode that's already in the Planet Robo bit, I think it's called, game. So if you've already got that, it's not worth getting, but for those that haven't, It's free to start, so you will have to pay for it eventually, somewhere down the line, but not a little bad thing. That's already out. Coming later this year coming in the summer, Kirby's Blowout Blast, which I think is only like 24, 25 levels, but it's taking one of the mechanics from that Robobit Blast and actually making it into its own game, which is clearing out. It's not top down. It's sort of mini levels. It's only like 25 or 24. You know, it's only 25 levels. I think it said. It's not like a massive thing. And then there is a new Kirby multiplayer action game. That's all they've really described it as. Coming some point towards coming some point towards the end of the year, holiday season, Christmas, and all that. The big thing to note, at least for Europe, because it only showed up on the European one, which I don't know whether that means it is coming to America, because I don't think even they've got it yet. Dr. Kawashima's Devilish Brain Training is finally coming, at least to Europe, July 28th, the same day as Pikmin. That's really good to know, because yeah, the best-selling game, I think, of like 2010 or 2011 was Dr. Kawashima's Brain Training for the 3DS. And the sequel came out, I think, in 2012 in Japan. It's taken 5 years. But finally, it's actually coming, and it's coming to 3DS. So that's an interesting... The interesting thing about that is, it came out in 2012 for the DS in Japan. Not the 3DS, I'm pretty sure, so... I think. Might have been. God, is the 3DS 5 years old? Man. New Amiibo as well. They're doing a set of Smash Amiibo, the Cloud, the other Fire Emblem one, which is male and female for the variants that you want, and also Bayonetta. The final set, because there's no more Smash stuff coming. So the final Smash Amiibo are coming. Yeah, basically with the Fire Emblem one, I think it's Robin. Not sure off the top of my head. But that's a male and female variant. And then with Cloud and Bayonetta, it's different attires, I think, rather than poses. So they're coming July, but before then, in June... 3 new Zelda Amiibo based on, by the looks of the appearance, probably Twilight Princess, Skyward Sword... No. Probably Twilight... But certainly Skyward Sword, the one looks right. The Majora's Mask one. And I don't know about the other one. Whether it's Link to the Past or original or whatever Zelda. But, yeah, 3 new Zelda Amiibos coming in June. Then we had a focus, then we switched to the Switch, which he actually did in the thing, except I think he just went like that, rather than clicked his fingers, which was a bit of a letdown. But they had arms, which they did a very in-depth sort of how the things work. Doesn't look too bad, in all honesty. You've got different arms... You know, you've got different characters with different perks, but then you've also got different arms with different powers, and you don't have to have 2 of the same. You could have one be like an ice arm and one be a fire arm. There's a lot of... It looks fun, certainly, and there's a heck of a lot of tactics. But that could be part of the problem for this thing. Because it looks fun, because it's supposed to be like pick up and play, like, you know, do whatever you want. But at the same time, with all the tactics of, like, doing all the skills and the right counters, it's like that it should be like a proper fighting game. So I don't know what market it's trying to do, because if you try and focus on one, if you try and focus on one too much, the other's not going to connect with it. And certainly for me, for a Nintendo console, I would argue that making it family friendly and accessible to all is more important than the tactics thing that they were very much pushing in the show. So we'll see. The interesting thing about it as well, it's coming out June 16th, which is right in the middle of E3. So clearly we're not going to find out any more about ARMS. That's it. They also announced that there's going to be yellow Joy-Cons coming on the same day. And also, in accessories we didn't need, but we're getting, they're doing battery packs. Which, you know, sounds like, oh my god, we can extend the life of the battery. Except they're battery packs for the Joy-Cons. You know, the things that last about 20 hours even without the battery packs. But the screen bit, free. If anything needs the battery boost, it's the screen, not the controllers. In all honesty. Plus, because of the fact it's on, it's going to be a blooming bulky thing. I mean, I guess it's supposed to be making it bulkier for ARMS, but in terms of anything else, I don't know. Plus, it uses AA batteries, so if you use the wrong sort of batteries, you know, your extended battery life, if you're buying cheap batteries, will be rubbish. So, I don't know. Then we had Switch headlines they kept doing. America 8 Deluxe, April 28th. One thing that they did note that none of the others did in the Japanese one is that there is a new level of turbo out of drifts. Like, I think with the previous ones it was like yellow and then orange, and then that was sort of, you know, orange was max boost. Well, there's now yellow, orange, and then purple. And purple is the, like, max boost range that you can get coming out of a drift. So, there are little tweaks here and there, which they haven't unveiled properly on the Western things. Japanese people have got the upper hand. Interesting touch. Especially when the game's coming out, I don't know, in 2 weeks. Ultra Street Fighter 2, the final challenges, adding Evil Ryu and Violent Ken. Considering he's in a fighting game, I'm pretty sure Ken was already violent. Whatever. Also, in some sort of like VR thing that I don't know whether we needed, there is also a mode where you can actually throw Hadoukens. Wow. The Nintendo Switch has become a Kinect. Hadouken! 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 I've got controllers in my hand. Hadouken! Oh. Anyway, that's May 26th. If I only had a Switch, because that'd be a damn good birthday present. Then again, there is something else coming out. Well, we get it. Minecraft coming May 11th, US May 12th in the European area. It's good to see that it's getting on the console so quick, because obviously that'll be only about 2 months since launch. So and plus it's not very long to wait. Like about a month? Not too bad. Neo Geo Archives. Basically, some of the old Neo Geo games are coming out. Samurai Showdown 4 is already available. They'll be adding more, like King of Fighters 99. Can't remember the other ones that they showed in the other sessions. Then we had the Sonic stuff. So Sonic Mania was shown, getting a lot of positive stuff. That's coming in the summer. And then they showed Sonic Forces, which intrigued me, because it had like the lighting and the mood of Shadow the Hedgehog, but then it also had like the gameplay of Sonic Generations, and that was even more exposed by the fact that you play as both current and classic gen Sonic. So is Sonic Forces Plus, there's also a mysterious, yet-to-be-revealed new ally and whatever that you're teaming up with. And it certainly looks to be Hedgehog or Echidna or some sort of character based. But certainly, because you're using classic and current Sonic, I'm wondering if this is like the closest thing we're getting at the minute to a sequel to Generations, because they realise that was the one people liked. I don't know whether Forces is a Wii, I keep saying Wii. I don't know whether Forces is a Switch exclusive, or whether it's multi-platform, but it's certainly the first place that we've had it revealed, and that is coming some point holiday season again. Then we have Project Makora, which is going by the working title Overfence in Japan, which basically looks to be a sort of cross between like Bomberman and the game in Crash Bash, when you have to have the most coloured floor tiles and whatever. That you can, because it's sort of like Bomberman in that you can take out opponents and obviously you're clearing the area and obviously claiming the squares and whatever, which is sort of the Crash Bash bit. So, looks fun. July 21st, Europe, 25th of July, America. Then Disgaea 5 coming out towards the end of May. Disgaea 5 Complete, which admittedly is obviously Disgaea 5 just being repackaged in a definitive edition sort of thing. Puyo Puyo Tetris. There's a demo available now. That's coming out in a couple of weeks. Monopoly is coming to the Switch with HD Rumble for the dice. Yeah, that isn't a fad. Coming in the fall, in the autumn. Then, some point in 2017, Rayman Legends, the Definitive Edition. So not only did it get taken from being a Wii U exclusive to actually being first on, well, it was multi-platform instead of being Wii U exclusive, but now the Definitive Edition is coming to the Switch with some added touches, like I think it's like there's a tournament mode with the football thing. So yeah, a repackage of a repackage, I'm pretty sure, because I think the Wii U version did come, but it came out before the others and whatever, I think. Or didn't it? Can't even remember. No, it probably would have been a launch game in 2013. So, either way. Then, THQ Nordic had a little section. Cinemora EX coming in the summer. So, basically a definitive version of that. It's still a very good game, so it'll be interesting to see what that's like. And then the only new one that they showed, first for the Switch, so it means it will be coming to other platforms, Battle Chasers Night War. Looks to be a nice little RPG thing, based on the comic book Battle Chasers. So it's a tie-in game, I guess, if you can call it that. Doesn't look too bad from what we did see. That's coming late summer, they're saying, so I'm guessing around August, September-ish. Then, out of the blue, oh yeah, here comes Payday 2. Which sounds like, wow, that's impressive, but also, that game's 5 years old. Admittedly, it's on the Nintendo console, which is pretty cool, but also it's like, who's going to play a game that old, especially because knowing Nintendo, they'll charge £40 or £50 for it. And then if you go for a Steam sale, it's probably like 10. So, I don't know. Namco Museum, old stuff coming in the summer, like Dig Dug and your Sky Kids and your Pac-Mans and your Gallaghers. Splatterhouse as well. Nice to see that get in there. As I say, that's coming in the summer. Then we had the big focus on Splatoon 2 with a new Horde mode called Salmon Run, which looked way more different because it's like in I don't know if it's supposed to, because it's Horde mode, I don't know if it has to look like Gears, because the colour scheme was not bright and colourful. It was orange and brown and black and, you know, very sort of like dark stuff rather than the light sort of, you know. The only reason I say orange is because I think they actually used orange as the paint and whatever. There's also an option where if you do get killed by, I think it's like salmon or whatever, the fish are rising up now against the squid, rather than the octopuses, or the octopi, at least from what I remember from the first one. The interesting thing is if you get killed, you basically get turned into a life ring sort of thing. And the idea is that somebody can shoot the colour back at you in order to res you and whatever. Nice little touches here and there. That's all they really showed. They showed one of the new modes. We'll probably be seeing more, I'm guessing, at E3, considering they did announce the release date of July 21st. There'll also be 3 new amiibo for that as well. A new Inkling boy and an Inkling girl, and a new Inkling itself, which is a very active sort of pose, which, for the moulding that they do, is pretty impressive, I will say. In terms of the US stuff, Bye Bye Box Boy, the final part of the trilogy, I believe, from HAL Laboratories, is out now, which did look nice. Standalone Switch docks will be available to buy both on Nintendo's website and on the store from May 19th. They're also doing a Splatoon multiplayer tournament starting next weekend, and then the finals are in a fortnight, apparently the winners of which will actually be going to E3. So I guess you have to be a US resident. Don't know about Canada, but certainly US. I remember seeing that in the details. There's a definitive edition of Yokai Watch 2 coming to America, entitled Psychic Spectres. That'll be coming in the fall. There's also going to be Mario Kart 8 Deluxe tournaments when the game launches. At least they mentioned that for America in a couple of weeks' time. So check that out. So then we get to the Japan stuff. On the 3DS side, Dragon Quest XI's coming July 29th. So hopefully that means it at least gets a 2018 launch in the Western world. There's a new Layton game, Layton's Mysterious Journey, I think they were describing it as. Most of it was in Japanese, and because I didn't have a translation, I wasn't sure what it said. That's coming July 20th to Japan. So again, I'm hoping 2018 release, possibly holiday season. Depends how much localization needs to happen. Also a new RPG, Snack World Treasures, I'm guessing it is, July 13th. A couple of Atlas RPGs, Radiant Historia, June 29th. One that I didn't know coming out towards the end of August, and then some point in 2017, a new Shin Megami Tensei game, Strange Deep Journey, sorry. There's a new Ace Attorney Phoenix Wright Universe game coming in August. So again, I'm hoping for some of these to be late, holiday season, and certainly 2018. And also they mentioned Dragon Ball Heroes in a sort of, here's what else is coming. So there is a Dragon Ball game coming to the 3DS as well. For the Switch, Dragon Quest X, I'm guessing it was a DLC, because I think 10's been out in Japan for a little bit. Some RPG that's already come out getting a sequel, because I saw the number 2, don't know what it is, shouldn't really brought it up. And then there was another one, which, I don't know whether it was for this, but it's like some sequel game, but they had the guy on, and they had like some anime girl on the screen, just like a still, so it's clearly sort of early development. But they were talking about HD Rumble, and then they showed like a blancmange being dropped out onto a plate and wobbling, and then they had like balloons full of water and silicon balls being squeezed. And I realised, oh my god, they're trying to do an element in the bloody game, possibly, unless this is marketing, in which, god, it's weird. HD Rumble will show you the jiggling of boobs and or butts. Brilliant. Also, they noted some eShop titles. There was one which was like a top-down 2D RPG style thing, which looked really good, but I didn't get the title of it. The one that I did recognise just from the look of it, Switchy's Getting Thumper. One of the best music games probably out there right now. That'll be coming some point, at least in May, to Japan. So I'm hoping that means it's coming May over here as well. So yes, I mean, overall, it's like refreshing that we've got a lot of stuff coming in the next few months, details on it as well. You know, if you look, you know, we've got July, June, a lot of that for the 3DS certainly covered. ARMS coming in June, July for Splatoon. You've got Ultra Street, you know, you've got Mario Kart coming at the end of May. You've got Ultra Street Fighter, Mario Kart coming out the end of April. Then May, you've got Street Fighter 2, the Ultra Street Fighter 2 Final Challenges thing, Minecraft, Disgaea 5, Puyo Puyo Tetris. Then you got Fate Exceller, which didn't look too bad. And then other ones which are just like summer, winter sort of thing. You know, certainly a lot of release dates. Which, knowing Nintendo, they don't normally go, here's a release date, here's a release date, here's a release date. This is coming out, honest. So overall, a strong presentation. And more likely, considering everything they announced, the next time we'll be seeing them is E3 in some form. So, the question is, you know, we've got Zelda. We know Odyssey's coming, so we'll probably get more of that. We'll get more details on Splatoon, obviously. ARMS is coming out that week, so there's no point in really hyping that. What else have they got, you know, other than the stuff that they've already shown? What that we don't know about is coming to the Switch soon? Because, you know, at the rate the sales have gone and everything, I'm honestly wondering whether the Switch actually is going to be an upturn in Nintendo in terms of performance. We shall wait and see.